What up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're finally doing, if you can't tell by the title of the video, the first impressions video of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, I did purchase this game day one. I wanted to record this video the day the game came out so I can get my thoughts out to you guys, but of course, life happens, was out with friends and being social and all that, but I'm here. It's Sunday. Well, I'm recording this on a Sunday. I'm relaxed at home. I'm very cozy right now. So I decided, like, you know what? Let's go ahead and knock out my first impressions video and I give you guys my thoughts. And unlike my reviews, it's not going to be scripted. I'm just going to kind of go through each of the elements of this particular game. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video and leave some comments down below. Let's get into it. All right, let's go ahead and get into this first impressions video of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, guys, I am doing this completely unscripted. It has been so long since I've done an unscripted video. I feel kind of nervous for some reason because it's not the norm for my channel. But for this type of video, first impressions video that I want to get out to you guys, I felt like it was appropriate. Plus, I didn't really feel like writing a script for this. You know, I've been so busy lately. I just haven't had the time to sit down and really write anything. But I did want to get my thoughts of the game because I have played quite a bit of it. This first impressions is really based on my first 3 hours with the game. So yeah, I spent a considerable amount of time just kind of getting used to the game mechanics and all that, and I just want to share my thoughts. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the overall presentation. So right from the bat, you know, when this game was first revealed, I want to say last year, everybody, you know, Twitter, friends that I knew, and even myself, the first thing that came to mind was Pokemon Breath of the Wild. And if that's what you thought, well, you'll be kind of correct in that assessment because there are a lot of similarities with Pokemon Legends and Breath of the Wild. Everything down from the music, even down to the music influence, the sound that the game makes when you pick up, you know, materials in the field. There is a lot of similarities, and you can tell there was a lot of influence and things drawn from Breath of the Wild making this game. There's no denying that, right? Even the crafting system, you know. So there's a lot of nods to Breath of the Wild in this game, and you know, you can tell it's heavily influenced. There's nothing wrong with that because I do think that the Pokemon team and Nintendo did it pretty well here. Graphically, I think the game looks absolutely gorgeous in person. Now, I know a lot of people, when they saw the game, you know, there's always this running joke on Twitter and, you know, on YouTube and things like that. The Nintendo Switch games, they look like PS2 titles, or they don't look as great as something on the PS5 and Xbox, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, I'm playing this on my gaming monitor, and I think the game looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, granted, there are I have noticed some issues with like pop-in and things like that, but when I'm actually playing this game and it's in motion, I'm exploring the village or the first village that I'm in, and I'm exploring the overworld, I actually really like how this game looks. It has a very interesting art style, and I think it looks great. Now, as far as the resolution and all that, I can't tell you what the resolution is. If I were to guess, maybe 720p upscaled to 1080, maybe. But I think the game looks great, and I think the art style, you know, one thing Nintendo always does well is they know how to utilize the tools in their toolbox to make a beautiful looking game. And even down to the performance, I haven't noticed any stutters while playing it. You know, I can't tell if this game is running at a full 60. I want to say it's probably closer to 30 frames per second. But as far as like the performance, I haven't noticed any stutters, any slowdowns. The game runs pretty smooth. Even when you're in the overworld, when you're in the villages, I haven't noticed, like I said, any slowdown or anything like that, or any frame rate hiccups. So that's great because one thing about these games coming later in the Switch's generation, if they ran anything like Age of Calamity, I was going to be a little scared. But I'm happy to report so far the game is running very smooth. Now, granted, I am not that far, so I've only been into like the first area in the village. So I can't say if later areas are going to suffer frame rate issues or whatnot. So I'll be, you know, of course, when the final review for this game come out for my channel, I'm going to make a note of that and see, you know, if that's the case throughout the entire experience. But when we look at the graphic presentation, the music, the overall aesthetic of the game, the graphics, I think the game looks absolutely beautiful and is definitely one of the best looking Pokemon games that I've ever played. Probably next to Pokken Tournament, but Pokken Tournament is more of a, you know, one-off type situation. It's a fighting game, so, you know, I won't really count that. But as far as like a mainline open adventure type Pokemon game, I think this is one of the best looking ones, and I definitely enjoy watching this game as I play it, you know? So graphically, presentation wise, the game is fantastic so far and I love it. Now, when you boot up the game, you are greeted with a little bit of I guess background here. So apparently you have this godlike Pokemon, and granted, just as a disclaimer, I was a huge Pokemon fan back when I was a kid, back when I was 5 years old in the 90s, early 2000s. I kind of left the Pokemon community around the end of the second generation. Around that time, Yu-Gi-Oh was making its rounds, Dragon Ball, other things kind of came into my life that I just, Pokemon just didn't really appeal to me. Now I kind of got back into the Pokemon franchise with some of the spin-off games, stuff like Pokken, new Pokemon Snap. I remember on Twitch I had a viewer who requested that I play Pokemon Sword and Shield, so I did that. So I am slowly kind of reeling myself back into the Pokemon community through the side games, and it's me even kind of dipping my foot back into the mainline stuff, but I'm still not considered like a Pokemon fanatic. So if I mess up something about the lore, please feel free in the comments to correct me or just give me some knowledge on that. But with this game in particular, the game, it seems like it's more of like an origin story, right? It's kind of giving you an origin or a background of how Pokemon and humans came to be. When you start the game, you're greeted with this godlike being, with this kid telling you like, hey, I'm going to send you back 100 years to explore and understand and get a deeper understanding how Pokemon and humans came to be. You're sent on this mission. Of course, the game is going to give you more lore as you explore. So I'm not going to say too much about the story, but so far it seems very interesting. I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to turn out. So the story wise is pretty interesting, and like I said, it's more like a Pokemon origin story. So when you look at the environments that you're in, some of the tools that you're using, they're very, very not modern. So like, and I found that interesting because like, you have to think like in Generation 1 and Generation 2 and even the generations after that, your Pokedex is like pretty much an iPhone. You hold it up to something and it tells you everything you need to know. All the information is already there. But in this game, your Pokedex is literally a notebook that you have to fill out. So I like the whole like origins aspect of like, this is like really in the beginning of time where Pokemon and humans became to, be, and we have these tools that are unfamiliar to the masses. I like that. The fact that Pokeballs, you can craft them now. Like you have a crafting system. I love this, and this is really kind of keeping me interested with the game itself, and I kind of like the direction and the story that this game goes, and I hope Pokemon Legends becomes like its own sub-series. So I guess that kind of leads into the gameplay. So this is where a lot of people kind of compare Pokemon to Breath of the Wild, and I can understand it. So everything down to the sound that it makes when you pick up an item, or the crafting system, or just the way that you explore is definitely very, very similar to Breath of the Wild. Now, one thing I was a little disappointed by, and I don't know if this is going to change, but Pokemon Legends Arceus does the same thing that I gave Dragon Ball Z Kakarot a detractor for. The fact that it's not truly an open world game, it's more like an open area game with open sections. You know what I mean? So when you go to the edge of the town, you can't just keep running until you get to your area. No, instead you get to the edge of the town, and then the gatekeeper or the guard asks you like, hey, where do you want to go? And you point to it on the map and you just fast travel there. I was a little disappointed with that, because when you play games like Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade Chronicles, Monster Hunter Stories 2, it is truly an open world experience, and I was really hoping that with Pokemon they was going to take it there, but no, it's just you're in the open area that's sectioned off, and that was one of the things I was just like, oh, that was a missed opportunity. So that's one thing, but with these areas, they're gonna have all different types of Pokemon, and that gets into the meat and potatoes, or the heart of the gameplay here. Yes, you have traditional battles, and I love the way that you execute them. So essentially you see a Pokemon in the wild, and you can switch between either trying to catch them using stealth, or you could throw your Pokemon at them and battle them. So let's just say, for example, I see a Pokemon out and I say, y'all want to battle it to kind of, get experience. I can like select Cyndaquil, throw him out near that wild Pokemon that you can actually see. It's not like in the old Pokemon games where you're walking in the grass and they just pop up. You can actually see this Pokemon walking around. You throw your Pokeball out, Cyndaquil comes out, and that's when the battle starts. I love that. So if you're a fan of traditional turn-based RPG style Pokemon, you got that. What's also very interesting is that you don't even have to engage in a Pokemon battle at all to catch these guys. Like if you hide in the grass and you throw a Pokeball out, boom, you can catch a Pokemon, which kind of makes me think of the anime a lot for some reason. It's very interesting. And also what's cool is Pokemon have like different temperaments. So some Pokemon are a little bit more shy, some Pokemon are a little bit more curious, some Pokemon are extremely aggressive, and they will attack you. So please, if a Pokemon is charging towards you, don't think that it's just gonna stop and you're just gonna go to a Pokemon battle. That Pokemon can actually attack your trainer, so you got to be very careful about that. But yeah, I do like how you capture and battle Pokemon in this game, and the focus is not so much on trainer battles. Now there are here, like I said, I've only played 3 hours of this, so there are trainer battles. There are trainers that you do have to battle, in the village area, but the focus mainly here is catching Pokemon, discovering Pokemon, studying Pokemon. That is what you're doing in this game, and I love it. Now, just like Xenoblade Chronicles and other games similar to this, you do have side missions that you can do. So when you're running around the village, you'll see like an NPC with like a little thing over their head. You can talk to them, and then they'll give you a side mission that you can do. And of course, just like any other RPG, once you complete that side mission, you'll get items, whether it's Pokeball, potions, crafting materials, so on and so forth. So yeah, so far, man, here's the thing. I am doing a full review on this game whenever I complete it. I'm going to be streaming this game over on my Twitch channel, link in the description. I just wanted to hop on and kind of talk about my first impressions with this game. If I were to just say, is it worth purchasing? So far, I'm saying yes. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. This is one of those games where I'm not really focusing on the main story because I get so distracted with other things going on around me. And I had the same issue with Monster Hunter Stories 2, where like, yeah, I got this main objective, but there's some I want to explore over here. I want to see what's over there. I'm gonna go do this. So Pokemon Arceus is definitely a game I'm gonna see a lot of people put a lot of time into, and I'm probably gonna be one of those people. So yeah, if you're curious to see me play this, hop over my Twitch channel. I'll be playing it over there, and yes, just stay tuned for the final review. I know I'm kind of stuttering all over the place because like I said, I'm doing this unscripted, but stay tuned for the final review for this game. I'm not gonna put a date on that because this game, I can already tell I'm gonna put a ton of hours in. So whenever it comes out, just be on the lookout for it. That is gonna have my thoughts all scripted and pretty and neat and concise, all that fun stuff. But this is just me giving my quick thoughts on the game. The game is fun. I'm glad I picked it up day one. If you're a Pokemon fan, you probably already have this. If you're on the fence about it, I would say go ahead and give it a shot. It is a fun game and a great Pokemon experience. I'll go as far as to say this is shaping out to be probably one of my favorite Pokemon games ever. So I know that's not saying a lot considering I haven't been back in the Pokemon fray in forever, but I'm having a lot of fun with this one. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I will see y'all next time. Y'all have a wonderful night, and yeah. Alright guys, well that was my first impressions of Pokemon Legends Arceus. If you picked up the game the weekend it came out, let me know what your thoughts is so far. If you're a traditional Pokemon fan, a newcomer, whatever the case is, whatever level of fandom you are when it comes to Pokemon, let me know in the comments what you think of Pokemon Arceus so far. I do plan on doing a full scripted, thought out review of this game as soon as I finish it. So if you want like my full thoughts, you're gonna have to wait a while because this is an RPG. So it's gonna take me a while to finish this, but I will be streaming this on my Twitch channel. So if you want to come through and see that, link down below. But I will be doing a full review of this eventually. So be on the lookout for that. But with that being said, guys, have a wonderful night. I will see y'all next time, and be safe. Peace.